Good evening, viewers, and thank you for joining us in Hope TV News Watch on this 27th December 2021. I hope you're still enjoying your holidays. My name is Grace Wangui, and our sign language interpreter tonight is Boniface Muredi. Let's begin. Now, a survey conducted by research and consulting firm InfoTrack has placed Orange Democratic Movement leader Raila Odinga as the preferred president of choice at 33%, followed by Deputy President William Ruto, who scored 32%. The poll conducted between December 17th and 22nd among 1,600 respondents indicates a 12% loss for DP Ruto, who scored 44%. During a similar period last year, Amani National Congress ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi was listed as the ideal Oka principal who should be considered for a running mate position at 46%, followed by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. Dolly Mwirigi with the story.
ODM leader Raila Odinga would win the presidential elections if the polls are held today, beating Deputy President William Ruto, but with a minimum margin according to a survey. The InfoTrack Voice of People poll, which gathered views of Kenyans on next year's presidential elections, pointed out that the contest will be a neck-to-neck two-horse race. InfoTrack Research and Consulting conducted the interviews through Computer Assistance Telephone Interviews (CATI). The overall survey had a target sample size of 1,600 respondents who were 18 years and above at the time of the interviews. The margin of errors was plus or minus 2.45%. The poll showed Ruto's popularity had been dropping gradually in the last year, while that of Raila significantly shot up, particularly after the last Azimio la Umoja convention on 10 December 2021, where the ODM leader declared his candidature.
The independence of all institutions of governance.
The survey said Ruto's popularity in December last year was 44%, which then reduced to 34% in November 2021 and then 32% in December 2021. Raila's popularity, on the other hand, was at 13% in December 2020 but shot to 25% in November 2021 and then climbed to 33% after the Azimio event at Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani. The popularity of Musalia Mudavadi of ANC and Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper both stood at 1%. Interestingly, the majority of Kenyans at 52% want the One Kenya Alliance Oka to dissolve and either join Raila or Ruto. Of the four principles of Oka, 44% of the respondents want Mudavadi to be a running mate of either Ruto or Raila. 19% want Kalonzo to be the running mate, while 11% suggested Moi and 3% suggested Wetangula. However, 21% did not make any suggestions. The poll named Central, Rift Valley, Eastern and Nairobi as Ruto's strongholds, while Raila enjoys support in Western, Coast, Nyanza and Northeastern. Dolly Murigi, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you, Dolly, for that report. Now, Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala has been summoned by the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, NCIC, to answer for statements he made that allegedly hinted at locking out Kotu boss Francis Atwoli from holding a meeting at Bukungu Stadium on December 31st, 2021. According to NCIC, through a statement, all political players are welcome to campaign and visit any part of the country they please, and as such, no one has a right to bar them from doing so.
National Cohesion and Integration Commission Chairperson Samuel Kobia has summoned Kakamega Senator Cleophas Malala following his remarks claiming to block the planned meeting at Bukungu Stadium. Through a statement, Kobia said that the summon means that the senator is a prime suspect for inclusion in the wall of shame as well as facing the full force of the law. Kobia added that the Commission's commitment to election bill and norma roadmap means that it will continue to be vigilant in monitoring the nation to ensure that the politics do not lead the country into a dangerous zone. On Sunday, Malala threatened to block the meeting, claiming that ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi had not been invited for the meeting, yet he is among the leaders from the region. Malala made the utterance when he attended the 41st Vihiga Cultural Festival that was also graced by OCA principals Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula.
Na mnajua hiyo Kakamega, hapo ndio bedroom yangu. Sasa nataka kuambia hao majamaa kama hawatachukua permit kwa Musalia Mudavadi wasikuje huko tarehe 31. Niseme nitoboe. Sasa Mheshimiwa Musalia, wewe ndo unanipatia ruhusa. Ukiwapatia kifunguo nje mimi nitafungua. Lakini tayari ushasema wasikuje. Sasa I want to officially say hakuna mkutano Buhungu Stadium tarehe 31.
Malala claimed that some of the political brokers have planned a meeting to endorse ODM leader Raila Odinga as the preferred presidential candidate for the 2022 general elections.
Kitu ambayo inaniuma sana ati wanakuja walete Waluya wote ati waseme Raila tosha tarehe 31. Sisi hatukatai, lakini hata kama mnataka kusema Raila tosha, si mwende mfanyie Kondele, si mwende mfanyie Siaya, si mwende mfanyie Yala. Kakamega tumesema it's a no-go zone, and we are serious about it.
Reacting to Malala's comment, Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli said that the meeting will go on as planned, adding that the senator is still junior to engage in such politics. Atwoli intends to use the meeting to rally the Luhya nation to Raila Odinga's Azimio la Umoja movement after he publicly declared his intention to vie for the presidency next year.
NARC Kenya party leader Martha Karua has faulted the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) for failing to involve key stakeholders, including political parties, in ensuring a tamper-proof election set for August next year. Karua, who spoke at the party headquarters in Nairobi, pointed an accusing finger at IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati for what she says is failure to rectify anomalies witnessed in the 2017 polls. At the same time, Karua opined that NARC Kenya will conduct free and fair nominations for all aspirants, while also announcing that she had a challenger within NARC for the Kirinyaga gubernatorial race.
Because even if we avoid each other, we shall still meet at the debe. Let the electorate in the nominations decide who among us will be the candidate, and we support whoever. If I'm chosen, then I expect his support. Should he be chosen, he should expect my support.
I like to tell her I am an economist, she's a lawyer. We challenge each other, but at the end of the day, the leadership which we are looking for is not about myself, not about her, it's about this country. And that's really a message that needs to reach everyone in this country, that we need a leadership that thinks about people, thinks about what needs to be done for the people rather than the leaders themselves.
The year of elections, of the general elections, 2022. To remember that each one of us has a weapon in their hands, and that is your vote. From complaining, each one of us now will have an opportunity to give Kenya the leadership it deserves.
Now, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has assured that the construction of 10,000 CBC classrooms will be completed by the end of next year, ready to accommodate junior secondary school learners come January 2023. Speaking in Mombasa on Monday, Magoha stated that all local contractors awarded CBC classrooms tenders have already started their works, with the first phase of 5,200 classrooms expected to be ready by April 2022. Magoha said his ministry, in collaboration with the other agencies, is working tirelessly to ensure transition to the junior secondary school is implemented without any hitches. The CS spoke after breaking grounds for the construction of 2 classrooms at the Mombasa Secondary School for the physically handicapped and inspecting the construction of a new state-of-the-art Mama Ngina Girls National Secondary School in Shanzu, Nyali Sub-County.
I want to thank everybody else across the country. I've seen the northern region, the other region, western, and basically all regions have started. There are a few pockets who are still difficult. This project is extremely important because it was one of the President's directives during the last Mashujaa Day in Kirinyaga, when he directed that 8 billion Kenya shillings found for some 10,000 classrooms to be used for junior secondary school. We have already mapped out all schools and they are on GIS, and therefore we know where the gap is. There are some schools with excess surplus classrooms that will even be suffice junior secondary school. There are some with adequate that require just additional 1 or 2, and there are others that require the whole complement of the streams of junior secondary school. It's extremely important that this one that we have started, which involves 5,200 classrooms, is completed by April this year.
Let's move to Isiolo, where Isiolo North MP Hassan Oda has defended his development record, insisting that he has performed well, especially in the education sector, where the MP said he has invested a lot in infrastructure. Speaking during the opening of 2 classrooms at Oldo Nyiro, Oda said a majority of both primary and secondary schools had a shortage of amenities, adding that without the help of partners undertaking such projects will be a huge burden.
Leo tuko hapa kijiji cha Lebarsherek katika kata ya Oldonyiro. Tumekuja hapa kusherekea kufungua kwa madarasa mawili ya Lebarsherek Secondary School. Hii ni shule ambayo tulianzisha, hakukuwa na chochote hapa. Tulianzisha mwaka wa 2020. Hapo awali hii secondary school ilikuwa watoto walikuwa wanasomea katika Lebarsherek Primary School, walikuwa wanatumia madarasa ya primary school, na tukakaa na jamii wakatenga hii ardhi, wakasema tujenge upya. Leo hii tunakuja kufungua darasa 2. Safaricom pia imewapatia darasa 1, kwa hivyo tutakuwa na darasa 3. Mwaka jana tulijenga laboratory, na kabla June next year tuko na mpango pia ya kuweka administration block na shule itakuwa kamilifu. Tutakuwa tumebakisha fence na maji na fence. Kuna wafadhili wengine tulikubaliana walituahidi watashughulikia. Katika taratibu ya CDF kawaida tunatafuta wafadhili ambaye tunashirikiana na wao, ndio tukitengeneza mambo fulani katika mashule wao pia waweze kuchangia kwingine. Mojawapo ya hizi mashirika ama wafadhili ni World Vision, wametusaidia sana katika primary schools kadhaa. Natafuta wafadhili ambaye tunafanya partnership.
Let's take a short break. We'll be back with more stories. Keep it Hope TV.
The Bible is unchanging and timeless, and its words are relevant for every generation. Join Dr. David Jeremiah each week on Turning Point as he delivers the unchanging Word of God to an ever-changing world. With his sincere, straightforward teaching style, David Jeremiah provides a rich study of Scripture from which you can find spiritual strength, encouragement, and guidance for today's world. Join Dr. Jeremiah every week on Turning Point, right here on this station.
Moving on, human rights actors hold peace meetings have taken up the duty to convene peace meetings in various parts of Laikipia County in an effort to spread the message of peace in a county that has witnessed rampant insecurity in the last couple of months and has led to death and destruction of property. During the meetings, Simon Wangombe was sworn in as the peace ambassador in Laikipia County, whose responsibility will be to bring together different communities and spreading the message of the importance of peaceful coexistence.
Na si kusema mimi ni mgeni, mimi najua hiyo mashida yote. Na hata ukiona nikikubali hii wito, si kawaida, mimi sijuangi siasa. Lakini Laikipia tumeumia. Na tumeumia na si mwaka huu kutoka 1997.
Tunapokosa amani, biashara zote zinasimama. All schools will be closed. The sick cannot get medication. All farmers, mimea yao yote itaozea kwenye gala.
Mtu akikuambia furuga mwenzako, mwambie sitaki vita, nataka amani. Wasena usani muambie. Mtu akiingia kwako kuambie tunataka kupiga ile boma. Tunataka kushoma. Wewe unashuga ng'ombe yako, mimi nalima, tukiumia tukiwasha hiyo boma, nani atakupatia kitu ya kukula?
Lazima tukue tolerant. Lazima tujiulize tunataka kujenga Laikipia gani. Kama tunataka kwenda mbele, lazima tushikane sisi wote.
Now, ODM leaders from Kilifi County have assured party leader Raila Odinga of the party's popularity in the area, while calling on Raila not to be blackmailed by other parties from the area into forming a coalition. The leaders expressed hope in winning all electoral positions in Kilifi County, terming it a sure way to ensure Raila's term in presidency, if he wins, will remain strong. Party leaders at the same time emphasized that the party will have free and fair nominations.
Wale waliokuwa wakituharibia mchujo hapa kwetu kwa ODM, kama vile Owen Baya alivovuruga mchujo wa Watamu 2017, akavuruga pia mchujo wa Tezo, halafu viti vile tukavikosa. Tunataka kuambia kwamba hakikishani kwamba hawa waliokuwa wakituharibia chama sahi wametoka, wameenda vyama vingine. Owen Baya ameenda UDA, Amason Jeffa Kingi naye ameenda kwa chama yake ya PA. Kwa hivyo ODM imebaki kuwa safi kama pamba.
Don't allow ati kwamba watu wengine wao ndio watakao kuwa ni watu wa vyama vingine waende bungeni. Wewe umechukua urais, vyama vingine ndio vinachukua viti vingine huku chini, waje wakupinduke kesho, tuwe na serikali ya kuyumba yumba.
Wale watu ambao wameonda waende salama, ni wakati wao. There is time for everything. It is our time to lead the party. Hii party imekuwa hapa, it has brought many other minds. We are the new kids at the block, and we are not moving an inch. We are here to make sure that we have garnered enough votes for the president. We have garnered enough votes for ourselves. We are not moving an inch.
Now, 8,000 households in Buri constituency, Meru County, have received relief food from the government to caution them against the ravaging effects of the famine. The initiative is part of the national government's plan to avert food crisis in affected areas and is expected to serve both Buri East and West equally. The relief food is expected to first be distributed to the most vulnerable, including the elderly, widows, and families with school-going children.
Tumepanga kufikia wiki ijayo kamati ya relief iweze kuketi, ndio hii chakula iweze kugawanywa kwa wananchi wale wameathirika na njaa. Serikali inanunua ng'ombe. Yule mwenye ana ng'ombe imeathirika na njaa, na tunahakikishia wananchi kuwa wakati ng'ombe yako itachukuliwa utaweza kulipwa within 48 hours.
Now, the COVID-19 positivity rate hit an alarming high of 37.6%, with the positive cases confirmed over the last 24 hours rising to 1,596 cases from a sample size of 4,242. The cumulative number of cases recorded since the onset of the pandemic has moved to 284,150, and the cumulative tests at 2,994,912. At the same time, 330 patients were discharged after recovering from the virus, bringing total recoveries to 250,326. 3 people succumbed to the disease in the last 24 hours, pushing the cumulative fatalities to 5,364. Ministry of Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe called for Kenyans to show up for vaccination in order to protect themselves and others, even as they go out to public places. This as the Ministry of Health revealed that as of December 26, 2021, a total of 9,579,456 vaccines had been administered across the country, with 5,639,000 933 being partially vaccinated, while those fully vaccinated at 3,939,523 cases. Somali's President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed Farmajo has suspended Prime Minister Mohamed Hussein Roble a day after the two leaders sparred over long-delayed elections in the troubled Horn of Africa nation. President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed extended his term without holding fresh elections in April. Relations between the president and Roble have long been frosty, with the latest development raising fresh fears for Somalia's stability as it struggles to hold elections. On Sunday, Roble accused the president of sabotaging the electoral process after Farmajo withdrew the prime minister's mandate to organize the elections and called for the creation of a new committee to correct the shortcomings.
Join us every Sunday for unlimited, uplifting, powerful worship, only on Extended Worship. Now for some business news. Safaricom is appealing the decision by the Communications Authority of Kenya to cut the mobile termination rate MTR by 88%, terming the move unprocedural. The telco now wants the CS decision to cut the rate that telcos charge each other for the interconnecting customers from 0.99 shillings to 0.12 shillings, declared invalid and set aside. Safaricom has filed the matter before the Communications and Multimedia Appeals Tribunal and wants the matter certified as urgent, given that CA wants the new rates taken effect in January. The reduced mobile termination rate is expected to translate into reduced calling rates. Airtel Kenya recently revealed that it has been paying Safaricom about 300 million shillings per month under the current rates. Now for some sports news. Former Harambee Stars head coach Adel Amroch is rooting for former footballers to manage Kenya football, saying they have the capacity to take the game to the next level. Speaking during the closing ceremony of a 5-day coaching refresher course for grassroots tacticians in Mombasa, Amroch urged retired footballers to be ready to take up the leadership of the Football Kenya Federation, FKF. According to Amroch, Cameroon legend Samuel Eto'o has set the example that retired players can be entrusted to run football after the former Barcelona, Chelsea and Inter Milan striker was elected to lead the Cameroon Federation early this month. And that sports news brings us to the end of this broadcast. Enjoy the rest of your programming.
My name is Grace Wangui, and a sign language interpreter has been Boniface Muridi. Bye-bye.